This is the start of a genuine public conversation about the issues that we as Europeans face. So today, I hope, will be, for those of you used to the Brussels bubble, will be slightly different.
They thought that emphasizing our common values could replace having substantive discussion on what these values mean.
What's often overlooked is that within Europe we have a diversity of nations with powerful national cultures, with a powerful imagination that has, in a sense, made history time and time again, despite all of the odds. Is when you're cut off from the past, it essentially means you're also cut off from the future. You cannot really engage with the past, you cannot embrace the past with the future unless you're rooted, organically linked to what has preceded you. As Orwell said, if you leave the past behind, you lose your way.
The reason why cultural revolutionary decolonisation matters is that it threatens to infect us British and undermine our liberal power with the cancer of imaginary guilt.
They adopted the ideas of the British in order to condemn them.
But also you have to move on to the moral and political territory associated, the ideas of the Enlightenment that got bound up in the colonial projects. We have to win the battle for those ideas, not just kind of refute the empirical case.
Why do we keep putting our faith in an institution that time and time again has failed and proven to be detrimental to the interests of European citizens?
This already very dangerous US-China confrontation is compounded by escalating rivalries between the advanced Western industrial nations.
The problem is, as I say, a surfeit of technocracy and a depoliticization or de-democratization of policy making, which has in turn then generated this populist revolt against the mainstream, which is essentially, for me, as I see it, it's a demand for more representation, more accountability. That's essentially what this movement is all about.
How can we get that conversation going, though? Because if you don't have dialogue, I don't see how you can have democracy.
We are the group of countries in the world where there is the most democracy, freedom, possibility for human beings to have a healthy, enriching life than in the rest of the world.
We have to put freedom of speech above every other principle.
What are the values that we do share together?
Democracy is hard work.
In the European Parliament, when it comes to certain topics like green agenda or gender theory, there is no so much freedom. So if you dare to speak anything what is critical to these two topics, then you're excluded.
Those freedoms and liberties were obtained through struggles that took place at the national level within the context of national democracy, and have been and are being rolled back as a result of the shift away from nation-based democracy towards supranational, post-democracy.
How to return democracy to the people is through projects like this one. We need to start having the conversation. We need to start holding a mirror up to society and saying, this is what is happening, this is where we're going, are you happy with that?
Hungary, like Poland, in many respects, is simply in the way of these all-leveling European liberalism.
Always need to have the brave first few ones, just to rally around. And it's clearly happening. What kind of return to Europe? We've never left.